What a captivating 1.5 hours it has been to hear from the greatest minds in the power sector. And I'm very privileged to propose the vote of thanks in this august and learned conference of the drivers of the power sector in the country. Energy transition is inevitable, and India's embrace of the renewable energy is the reason for the optimism in the fight against climate change. Lot of it was spoken in these by the various speakers. And the renewable energy in India has grown at an astonishing pace in the recent times, thanks to the proactive steps taken by the government of India in steering our country towards the energy transition and decarbonization. First, my sincere thanks to Shri Suresh Prabhuji, although possibly is not here, he had to leave for some other meetings. Honorable Member of Parliament, for taking out time from his busy schedule and addressing the conclave. Shri Suresh Prabhuji is known as a man of action, having a penchant for undertaking reforms and scripting the turnarounds. He is an advocate of growth-driven change, and as a former Union Power Minister and now as a member of the World Economic Forum and Asia Energy Forum, he has the knowledge and the influence of the global community to forge meaningful partnerships for the technology cooperation and financial arrangements for the energy transition. We heard him saying so many things about his views about this entire energy transition. Sir, it was indeed a pleasure listening to your perspective on the energy transition. The visionary International Solar Alliance under our government's leadership and the commitments made for the emissions intensity reduction at the COP21 represent a radical paradigm shift in the power sector rarely seen before. The policies and strategies of the government to rapidly usher in an enabling ecosystem for the green energy have gained momentum. The forward-looking PLI schemes for the manufacturing, which was also referred to, particularly in the green energy sector, is a giant step towards making Atmanirbhar Bharat. We feel exhilarated at the government's bold and sweeping initiatives to achieve speed and scale towards the energy transition. My profuse thanks also to Shri Gurdeep Singh Ji, CMD NTPC, who, as the leader of the largest and most respected power producer in the country, has steered the organization admirably towards green energy transition with the massive drives of renewables. He spoke about his entire thought process of the movement towards renewables and others. And it is exemplified with the decision to set up a separate organization for focus on the green energy. I thank Shri Gurdeep Singh Ji for his compelling narrative and sweeping overview of the power scenario in the country. NTPC is taking various steps to make its energy portfolio greener by adding significant capacities of renewable energy sources. He also spoke about hydrogen and so many other things, and I'm sure his strategic views and deployment of the low carbon technologies combined with the decarbonization initiatives like fuel diversification, efficiency improvements, carbon capture and utilization, hydrogen generation, renewable with storage and solution will be acted upon as a significant step towards clean energy solutions. I also take this opportunity to mention that Larsen & Toubro is also actively pursuing projects in the complete green energy value chain, and we are very excited to be a part of the national effort. We just heard Shri KVS Babaji, CMD POSOCO. Possibly there was some disturbance. He was in the car, but it was so nice of him to still participate. And it just demonstrates his keenness and sincerity into this subject. With the power sector landscape experiencing significant changes in recent years, it was indeed enlightening to hear his views on the transition. And under his able leadership, POSOCO has been fostering efficient electricity markets, and his thoughts on the energy transition is noteworthy. We also got an opportunity to hear Mr. John McAnim, head of the Innovation Pipeline ESB Ireland, and his speech was pretty captivating on the various things that they're undertaking. His thoughts on embracing and supporting energy transition with next generation ideas are a key takeaway for this particular session. Shri Ujjwal Bhattacharya Ji, Director NTPC and Chairman Power World IE 2021, has eruditely set the tone for and admirably held this very important and path-breaking conference. Possibly all of us here are aware of his complete drive to get this conference going. My earnest thanks to him. I also would like to thank Shri Maulik Jasubhai, Chairman and Chief Executive, Jasubhai Group and Chemtech Foundation, for his warm welcome address. We heard so much, great things from Suresh Prabhuji himself about this group. Jasubhai Group and Chemtech Foundation is driving innovations, and it was indeed pleasure listening to him on this particular important event. We all look forward to the other themed sessions that are coming along. Obviously, one of them is the important one where Shri P.K. Pujari ji is going to talk about the quality of power and in the efficacious operations and transmission systems. And we will also look at the other sessions. We will talk about various other themes like CCUS and the storage and others. And I'm sure all these sessions are going to be so important and so important to this particular transition that's happening in the country. Last but not the least, I sincerely thank the media, the organizers of this conference, and the learned audience comprising of many leaders and thinkers in this particular field, who I am confident will positively translate the learnings of these deliberations into reality as we tread on the difficult but promising path of decarbonization. Thank you all very much.